Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of TekTopia UnderGround. My name is Slick, and this is the series where we're playing FTB Presents StoneBlock 2, loaded with Tango Tek's TekTopia mod. Let's see, so we need to get off to a running start today. I've got something very important I need to take care of. And that is, excuse me guys, right in here. We got a couple little dealios here. We've got a promise to keep. Shut that door. Alright. So thank you to Mr. Star Knights for letting me know how many times I said the forbidden word last episode. I'm gonna do my best to not say it at all this episode, because I'm sick of it. Don't want to say it again, don't want to think about it again, don't want to look at any of those again. But we are. I'm gonna show them to you. So now, Star, all I'm seeing are, all we have are females. You know what, here's what we'll do. Here is what we'll do. Bam. And bam. There you go. Man. That guy looks buff. Look at the muscles. Yeah, that's awesome. Alright, I'll get out of your guys' house now. Shut that and that. Now, what's a blacksmith without a place to work? So let's come over here. Here is our smithy. Bam, let's make that happen. Psst, down here. Stars smithy. Oh, well, your character's name is Stark. Yeah. I don't want to be suffering or causing copyright infringement, not trying to get in trouble. How about incorporated? There we go. There we go. That should protect me, right? Right. Alright, let's take a look inside here. Bam. I know it's not the prettiest blacksmith you've ever seen, but I did get some work done. So we've got our furnaces, our crafting table, our anvil right up front here in front of our forge area. We've got a little quenching trough over here, and already a suit of armor made by the wonderful blacksmith on display. Yeah, so I just put some little details in it. I wanted it to be nice for Stark's first day of work. So as soon as the sun comes up or the day begins, then get to work in that blacksmith shop. Next step, we're gonna have to get him some stuff to make. Let's go here. Let me put my armor back on. Let's see. So tradesmen, we're gonna need some miners, because yeah, we're gonna need iron to make the tools. Let's just get 2 of those for now, and let's get a druid also to replenish those. Druid. I don't remember how many green coats we've got left, but I'll get those 3 for now. And let's get some mine shafts. Let's go 1, 2, no, they don't stack. 3, 4. That ought to be plenty to get us started with. Wait a minute. Miner. No. Oh, seriously. Public service announcement. Make sure you know what you're clicking on. Huh. I don't need these many miners right now. I needed mine shafts. Alright, architect. Yeah. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. So then I'll put away 4 of those, because I'm not going to need those anytime soon. Man. I don't know what I was thinking. Megan Shanks. You're a miner. Where'd the other green shirt go? Aha. Turareyu, you're a miner. mine shaft, mine shaft, mine shaft, mine shaft. There we go. Now they can get to work. So in between episodes, I got us a bard because we had some people that were starving to death. I figured out what was causing some of my villagers to suffer and not eat. They were getting stuck on my drying racks. I had drying racks on the wall here, and they would walk by and they would just get stuck, and they would just stand there until they started starving. So I finally broke them out, and people were so miserable, so I went ahead and made a bard. I don't have a tavern yet, but that's something we'll get set up. I also went ahead and made a butcher because they were becoming unhappy from eating, you know, the raw food and vegetables. So got a butcher and got a chef. You know, all the basics getting started with. So now they've got an ample food supply. Let's take a look in the storage room and see what kind of stuff we've gotten. Yeah, you can see they've already started getting up lots of materials here. There's some more stuff over here. Oh yeah. Yeah, so that should make everybody pretty happy. Now, also in between episodes, I'm not going to say this word. I'm not going to say this word at all. But this is what we did last episode. Kind of. I mean, we started this process last episode. And in between episodes, I worked very diligently and put in a massive amount of time and clicking with an acceleration wand to get us to this point. And if you look at this bad boy right here. Awakened Draconium something or other. Yeah, that's right. I'm not going to say that word. But, man, I don't quite have every one available. But I'm close. I've got enough spots set aside so that way I can have one slot filled with each one available in the game. Plus, I think 3. I think I've got 3 extra spots. Yeah, so I've doubled up on this guy, and I'll probably just get a few more of that guy for now. And if you look in here, we've got a few more going. Just trying to come up with the last few options. But yeah, there's all kinds in here. I'm gonna try really hard not to say this, but yeah, these guys are producing quite a bit of resources. Today, we're going to make somebody a druid, because I forgot to do that. But also, we've got 2 big projects. The first one is we need to get our reactor built up bigger because we're not generating enough power. I mean, we've got enough for everything we're doing now, but I'll have to expand that out. And I'm just going to run through that very quickly with you guys because, you know, you've seen it before, so I'll just do it pretty quick. But then the big main thing we're going to do today is, that's right, if you look at all this stuff, these are all the parts that we're going to need to make a wither farm. We're going to get some automated wither killing because to really progress any further in this pack, we're going to need nether stars and lots of them. So I'm going to get these materials and start carving out a space to expand that and get us a druid made. Let's get that druid made real fast. Everybody, is it bedtime at that time? Excuse me, Iron Golem. Psst. Hey. What's your name? Stop moving. Makani Lynchfield. That sounds like a druid's name. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to get some space cleared out to expand this reactor, and then I'll bring you back to put it together. Alright, so just a quick update for those of you that have seen my other series. You've seen me put one of these together. This is the stage we are in now. So I'm just going to lay out these control rods real fast and just kind of get a plan. This is not going to be a massive reactor. It's certainly not going to be as big as the one we've got in TekTopia, but it'll get the job done for now until we get some alternative solutions, because I know that there's going to be definitely some better power generation solutions than big reactors in this pack. So let's get this lined out, and then we'll get the coolant put in and the fuel rods put in, and then we'll be in great shape. And there she is, just a bigger version of the same thing we already had, only I swapped out the casing for glass so that way we can see what's going on inside. And if we open this up, we can see we're running about 63, almost 64,000 RF per tick. So yeah, we're doing all right. We don't seem to be using a crazy amount, but you know, I'd like that to be less, but I'm okay with it the way it is. The biggest thing to focus on is this, and this 63,000 ought to keep us going for a long time, even with all the stuff we're about to add to it, until we get some higher power generation options. But that ought to do us pretty good for a while. So let's get on to the project of the day, the main focus for today. I don't know that I'm gonna need that. That probably shouldn't have been in there. All right, so let's go down here. I also painted that travel anchor here. And let's go down here. And I moved this one to the stairs just because I didn't like it sitting on top of the bedrock, and obviously I couldn't put it down in the floor. So this is where our current mob farm is. And if you look in here, in between episodes, I went ahead and built the void ore miner and void resource miner, tier 1 of both. And we got to figure out a spot to put this new contraption. So I'm thinking probably just off of this way somewhere. So we got this little room cleared out, and let's get started. Let's get started right away. So the first thing we need to figure out is what's going on here. What is it that we're doing? So we have a couple of options. Let me go over here away from all these mobs dying. So let's look at all these things, these random crazy things I've got in my inventory. So the thing that's going to be doing the killing is this bad boy right here, the shield projector tier 3. This is a block from a mod called RF Tools. And what it does is this activates like a force field, and you build the force field out of these shield templates. So the first thing that we need to do is figure out where these guys are going to die. And I think that if we keep it close enough to the range of this guy, then we wouldn't need to make a, another collection point. We could just use the same collection point. Why aren't you getting picked up? Go in there. So. And I can move this out a little if I need to. This way? Yeah. Yeah, so we've got plenty of space. So let's just keep that over there for now. So I'm thinking right in here, we could have this room be the killing area. And then we could build another room off of this side for the generation area. So let's see how this thing works. So let me turn this green thing off. All right, so you build your shield template, right? And this is where your force field is going to go. We really don't need it this big. Let's go a little smaller. Doesn't need to be that big. How about we go 1 in? Yeah, that's good. Let's get you out of here. I know it shows red X's, but this is bedrock and mobs can't spawn on bedrock, so I'm not too concerned about that. I do want to be able to see what's going on just because this is going to look cool. All right, and there, and we're gonna build a box, basically. Not you. Psst. All right, so now that we've gotten our box, this is the spot that the wither is actually gonna die, in the middle of this crazy setup. So I want him to be facing this way. So this dislocator is going to be used to teleport the wither inside of this force field. So let's set that. If you just shift and right click on it, it'll set the coordinates. And we come out here, close this up. And now that's a shield. Now in order to activate this force field, we've got this shield projector tier 3. And I'm just going to put it behind here and leave it active all the time. So that way, no matter what, nothing can get in or out that it shouldn't. So if you click on it, you've got some options. So you can set up different filters for the shield. So this lets you determine whether the entity can pass through, or if the shield is solid. This one says entity that matches this filter can pass but gets damaged. We want entity matching this filter cannot pass and gets damaged. So we don't want everything to be that way. Passive mobs, let's go hostile mobs. So yeah, hostile mobs cannot pass through the shield, and if they're in it, they get damaged. Generic damage type, player damage type. Yeah, we want that on player damage type. So let's add that filter. So now any hostile mob cannot pass, gets damaged as if a player was doing damage. And later we'll be able to add looting to it, which will be pretty cool. And then this is what color the shield's gonna be. So let's just, I like to go with a nice light gray, light grayish color. Or maybe maybe we'll try a light blue. All right, so let's give that a shot. So now we just hook power up to it. So I'm gonna move this torch. Put that power on it. We'll put a torch back up here so you guys can see. And now that this is all ready to go, it's got plenty of power, right? So now in order to activate it, we just right click it with this smart wrench. So that's our force field. That's what it looks like. And as long as it has power, that force field will be active. Yeah, and you can see I can go in it. It doesn't hurt me. I can walk right through it. But if a mob were to go in there, the mob would not be able to get out, and it will suffer damage as if the player were killing it. So that's pretty cool. So now we need to get some withers in there. Excellent. So we've got this room dug out. So we've got matching rooms. And, you know, until we get this activated, I'll just stop wasting power and just leave that off. I think I might change the color anyway. But now let's see how we're going to actually get this guy to spawn. So the first thing we need is this network receiver and this network card. That's going to link our storage system from upstairs and get the soul sand and wither skulls we need to make this happen. So the next thing we're going to need some cables, and we're going to have to figure out where we want this guy to go. So in order for him to get into this dislocator, or to make this work, we're going to make a portal out of it. And in order to make a portal, you make this dislocator receptacle. So let's put this right, say here. And then we're gonna just surround this, like so, with this draconium infused obsidian. And this is going to make a portal that he will fall down into. So if we were to just take this and click it like that, there you go, the portal generates. And if we step into it, bam, we're automatically teleported inside here. Oh no, I can't get out. Yeah. That's pretty cool. So, as soon as he generates, as soon as he is summoned, he falls down. That's a pretty standard thing. So I'm gonna need some just junk blocks for the moment. And I'm also going to turn this portal off. To get that thing out, you just shift right click on it. Or maybe you gotta not have the top covered up. Yeah, shift right click on it to get that back out. So let's get some junk blocks and get this set up. That looks like the frame of a wither, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So if we use these constructors, which are a block that's made through refined storage, and you face them at these blocks, then they will, let's get rid of these junk blocks now, then it looks just like that. And what they will do is they will automatically place blocks for you from your system. And you've got filter options here. So the bottom 4 blocks, obviously we want to use soul sand for these. Soul sand, soul sand. Here we go. Just like that. And then the top 3 are going to be for our wither skeleton skulls. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set these for these 2 outer ones right now, not the middle one, because you know, I don't want that to happen by mistake. And then we just connect this with our cable here. And once we put our network card that we've got right here, I did link that, yep. So once we put that in the system upstairs, this thing will get power and just start cranking out the blocks. But if we just let it go, then it's gonna just keep cranking out, and it cranks very fast. So we need to tell this particular one to wait. So let's use this redstone mode. We're gonna have it only work with redstone signal. And then we're gonna need to set up a timer for it. So I'm missing a few pieces that I need for this timer. So let me grab those and I'll be right back. All right, so I was gone for just a second, right? But my kids had to practice their band instruments. So yeah, I actually got a lot of work accomplished in the meantime. Not so much down here. All I did down here was I added this reinforced glass, which is a wither-proof block. I believe it is anyway. Should be. Wither glass. Wither-proof. Yeah, reinforced glass is wither-proof. Just doesn't say it on here. So now that we've gotten this whole setup, I did get the card put up there, but I don't have these connected yet because I don't want them to start doing their thing just yet. And I dug out this spot back here. So to get this thing to work, I've got all of these set to ignore redstone signal except for the middle one. This one only works with redstone signal. So now we're gonna have to give it a redstone signal to get it to go. So let's bring some blocks out here so we can lay some repeaters down. Here. Redstone block there. Sticky piston here. And then we're gonna need a clock. And we'll just run it through a dust. Let's put the clock there. And we wanna have this set to, we're gonna have that set to requires redstone. You stay put. And so this top number here is the duration, how long the signal will generate for. And the bottom number is the delay in between signals. So first off, we're gonna cut all of these off so we're not generating a signal anywhere except for the north face of the block, which is, if you look at my little mini map, this way is north, so this is the north face. So the signal is gonna come out right here into this dust and power this. This will push that block over, and now we need to figure out our delay. So in testing, I want a nice gap in between because I don't want it to be constantly going. But we want it to stay on long enough to make it work. And I think 30 ticks ought to do it, and let's increase this. Let's go with 100. That way we've got a nice long delay in between. So for those of you that don't know, there are 20 ticks in a second. So 100 ticks ought to be 5 seconds. And we're gonna put a lever on it, on the side there, so we could power it. And now that should start the timer, and we should see this come on. That'll stick out, and that should be enough time. So let's check. Yeah, I don't have any. I do have the items in all of these, but I don't have an item here. So let's hook this up, get power to the system like this. Bam. Excellent. So now those place, and we should see that middle one flash briefly every time that goes off. Flashes and then it goes away. That's perfect amount of timing. That should be enough time to place one head and then stop. So fingers crossed. I should take a backup of the world right now, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's go. There it goes. Oh, he didn't teleport. I forgot the thing. I forgot the thing. Whew. Just in time. Oh man, just in time. So maybe I should put more delay out. Man, this is loud. Let's turn this sound down. Music and sounds. Let's just turn it all way down. There we go. So yeah, they're all teleporting over there. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to turn this delay down. So let's call that, let's just keep going up. Let's go 230 for now. We can always bring it down later. Wish I could get rid of that like explosion effect when they spawn, but yeah, there we go. Automatic wither killing. Man, finally, I got some sound mufflers so I can stand here without my ears bleeding watching this thing go. Look at that guy. Googly-eyed guy. That's hilarious. Man, this thing just eats him up. All right, let's go upstairs and check and see how many stars we've gotten so far. I made a pretty noobish mistake and forgot to make a spot for stars in here, so I don't know how many went in the trash can. But I've got 9 here and 20 of those, and I've been throwing them in here periodically. So let's see how many I've gotten. Total 56, so almost a stack of nether stars. 57, yeah, that's pretty awesome. And these guys seem to have a good chance of dropping these legendary loot crates because I've gotten 21 of them since we built this farm. Let's open these up and see what we get. Anything good? Tier 3, that's cool. Reinforced obsidian, that would have been nice just a little bit ago. 3 more dislocators. Ooh, 2 blocks of terra steel, that's cool. So yeah, there's some pretty neat stuff. Yeah, lots of those, guys. And one more thing I want to tackle this episode that we haven't done in a while is claim our quest rewards. We've got a massive amount of, I'm not going to say that word, but rewards on this page. You can read that word. I'm not going to say it out loud. Let's go ahead and start claiming these. All right, let's see if we get anything good for this one. Come on. And entity detector. That doesn't sound that great. So we're almost finished this tab. We just need to buy one of those things and grow one of those things with a seed. And then where did I get that from? Exchanging gadget. That's cool. I did make this tablet for something. Oh man, demonically gargantuan drum. That is pretty cool. So yeah, that's all we've got time to accomplish in this episode. I think next episode we're gonna focus on getting some extreme crafting done. Now that we've gotten those nether stars, we'll be able to build this extreme crafting table. Let's take a look at this thing, just so you can see it. The extreme crafting table takes a double compressed crafting table, so that's 81 crafting tables, and you got to surround it by these crystal matrix ingots, which are 2 stars plus a diamond lattice, which is 5 diamonds. So that's what, 20 diamonds and 2 nether stars per. And we need, yeah, I think we've already got enough to do that now. But yeah, we'll save that for the next episode. Unfortunately, everybody, that's all the time we're going to have for today's episode. If you liked it, please click the like button. Consider subscribing, share this video with your friends, and we will see you next episode. Have a great night.